Welcome friends. Today we are going to learn about the plant tissue culture, types of plant tissue culture. Many students have mentioned me that sir please make a video on types of tissue culture. So here is the video on the types of tissue culture. Okay, please find here types of tissue culture. Let's see what are the different types of tissue culture here. Seed culture, meristem culture, protoplast culture, organ culture, pollen culture, callus culture, cell culture, and embryo culture. This is the actual plant tissue culture. Spelling mistake is there. Okay. Let's see callus culture. Callus is the unorganized mass of cell. Unorganized mass of cell is known as the callus. Unspecialized and unorganized growing and dividing mass of cell produced when explants are cultured on the appropriate solid medium with both auxin and cytokinin. These are the growth regulators which are required for the growth of plants. Okay, during callus formation there is some degree of differentiation of both in morphology and metabolism results in the loss of ability of photosynthesis. Okay, callus culture. See here, callus culture may be compact or friable. Compact callus means the densely aggregated cells, and friable callus means shows the callus shows loosely associated cells, and the callus becomes soft and breaks apart easily. Okay, habituation. This is habituation. It is the loss of the requirement of auxin and the cytokinin by the cell is known as the habituation during the long term culture. Cell suspension culture. When friable callus is placed into the appropriate liquid medium and agitated single cells and a small clumps are generated, cells are released into the medium and continue to grow and divide, producing a cell suspension culture. The inoculum used to initiate cell suspension culture shows neither be too small to affect cells numbers or too large to allow the buildup of toxic products of stress cells of the to lethal levels. Cell suspension culture techniques are very important for plant biotransformation and plant genetic engineering. See here, embryo culture. Embryos are allowed to grow for some time in an artificial media. Embryo culture developed for the need to rescue embryos from wide crossover fertilization occurred, but embryo development did not occur artificially. Embryo culture media basically uh, embryo but embryo development did not occur. Okay, artificial embryo culture media basically contain glucose, pyruvate, energy providing components, but the added ion of the acids, nucleotides, vitamins, and cholesterol improve the performance of the embryonic growth and the development. So somatic embryogenesis, when embryo regenerate from the somatic cells or tissue, it is termed as the somatic embryogenesis. Somatic cells means general body tissue or cells which are present in the general organ or body tissue is known as the somatic cells. Okay, so when the embryo is regenerated by using somatic cells, that culture is known as a somatic embryogenesis. And somatic embryogenesis is the process by which the somatic cells or tissue develop into differentiated embryos. There are two types of somatic embryogenesis: direct somatic embryogenesis and indirect somatic embryogenesis. In direct somatic embryogenesis, the embryo is formed directly from a cell or a small group of cells such as styles or pollen without the production of an intervening callus. Okay, direct somatic embryogenesis is generally rare. In indirect somatic embryogenesis, callus is first produced from the explant and then embryos are produced from the callus tissue or from a cell suspension culture. Okay, these are the two types of somatic embryogenesis: direct somatic embryogenesis and indirect somatic embryogenesis. These are the some shapes, different shapes of the embryo which appears: globular shapes, hard shape, cotyledonous shape. These are the shapes given. Okay, see here, organogenesis. The production of organs either directly from the explant or from a callus culture is known as the organogenesis. Organogenesis depends on the adventitious organs arising either from the callus culture or directly from an explant, or on the formation of auxiliary bud to regenerate whole plants from some types of tissue. Here intermediate photograph image is given there. Intermediate ratio of callus formation low auxin to cytokinin ratio. What happens when the concentration of auxin is low? It will leads to the formation of shoot, or it will induce the growth of shoot. Okay, auxin is the growth regulator. And if what happens if high concentration of auxin or auxin to cytokinin ratio is there, then it will leads to the formation of root, or it will induce the growth of root formation. Here clearly you can see in the diagram. Shoot and root culture. Shoot culture is promoted by the cytokinin and auxins like naphthalenic acetic acid. The shoot and root cultures are generally controlled by auxin cytokinins balance. Usually an excess of auxin promotes the root culture, whereas that of cytokinin promotes the shoot cultures. Auxins and cytokinins are the growth regulators, plant growth regulators. Another technique of tissue culture is the meristem culture, and which is most widely used for the virus free plants, making of virus free, bacteria free or contamination free plantlets. This technique is used. The cultivation of auxiliary or apical meristem is called meristem culture. Meristem culture involves the development of already existing shoot meristem. This technique is used for quick vegetative propagation of large number of plant species in a short period. Meristem culture produce virus-free callus and eventually plantlets. How the meristem culture produces the virus-free plants, or why meristem culture is known as the virus-free culture? Okay, because meristem is for the penetration of virus requires the means meristem is covered with the many layer of plants. Suppose we take the example of the sucker of banana sucker. If we want to grow banana by meristem culture, we need to obtain the meristem of banana. From that sucker, meristem is present very inside the many layers around that meristems are present in case of banana, and we have to remove that meristem the layers. Okay, and no virus can penetrate across that many layers, so meristem remains the virus free. And another reason behind that why the meristematic culture plant produced by the meristematic cultures are virus free, the meristem has rapid growth, or the cells which are present at the meristem grows very rapidly. That is one of the reason behind the virus free plant, production of virus free plant. Meristem culture, cultivation of auxiliary or apical meristem is called meristem culture. Meristem culture involves the development of already existing shoot meristems technique. It is used for quick vegetative propagation of large number of plant species in a short period. Meristem culture produces virus free callus and eventually plantlets. Meristem culture, see here the diagram of meristem culture. Virus free plant preparation, single node segment is taken there. Dissecting that single meristem, we have to dissect the meristem from that node segment by using the blades. We are dissecting the meristem segment, and here inside this test tube you will find here meristem, that segment, dissected segment of meristem is put inside the culture medium, and here the plant regeneration start by the meristem tip, and we can use that plant for different purposes, in vitro multiplication, or we can multiply different plants. We can have many plantlets. Okay. Next technique is the anther culture. Anther culture is a technique by which the developing anthers at a precise and critical stage are excised aseptically from unopened flower bud. Culture on a nutrient medium where the microspores within the cultured anther develop into the callus tissue or embryoids, give rise to the haploid plantlets either through organogenesis or embryogenesis. For anther, see here anther culture nutrient medium. Okay, simply we have to remove or dissect the anther from the bud. A bud means unopened flower. We have to remove the anthers aseptically. Okay, that dissected anther we have to we have to apply over the nutrient medium, and in their nutrient medium after few days there will be the formation of callus culture, and through that callus culture we can produce different haploid plantlets. Okay. Pollen culture or microscope culture is an in vitro technique by which the pollen grains, preferably at the uninucleated stage, are squeezed out aseptically from the intact anther and the cultured on nutrient medium, develop into the haploid embryos or callus tissue, gives rise to the haploid plantlets by embryogenesis or organogenesis. This is all about the pollen culture.